So with international travel well and truly back on the cards, having the right card with you whilst you go traveling overseas is extremely important because no one wants to be hit with international transaction fees, ATM withdrawal fees, or just any fees in general. So that's why in this video, I've compiled a list of the 5 best credit cards, money cards, and debit cards to take with you on your next trip overseas. This way, you'll never have to pay for any fees ever again, and I guarantee you that you'll be getting the best exchange rates for your money. So let's get straight into the video with the first card, which is the Wise Travel Money Card. Now, a travel card is essentially a card that allows you to hold multiple different currencies on that one single card. So you only have to take that one card with you whilst you're traveling, and you don't have to worry about any hidden fees. With the Wise Money Card, just use the card as you normally would, whether that be whilst you're traveling, shopping online, or withdrawing from ATMs overseas. Wise will automatically convert the amount that you spend to the nominated currency. And out of all the cards on the list, Wise offers some of the best exchange rates for your money. Now, it can get a little bit nuanced with regards to exchange rates. However, believe it or not, every bank and service provider sets their own currency exchange rates. So you'll find that exchange rates will differ from bank to bank. Now, generally speaking, all banks will have a price at which they're willing to purchase a currency at, and also a price at which they're willing to sell a currency at. And this spread or difference between these prices is known as the buy-sell spread, and this is where banks and service providers make their profits. The midpoint between these two prices is known as the mid-market rate, and this is realistically the fairest price ever, and this is the rate that Wise offers for all of your transactions, which is why this card is really great for when you're traveling across multiple different continents and spending in multiple different currencies. Other travel cards also come with a wide range of different fees where they're going to sting you, such as a fee to reload your card, a fee to load your card initially, a fee for inactivity, and also fees for ATM withdrawals. But the Wise Travel Money Card does away with all of those fees. The only cost that you'll ever have to pay is the £7 upfront to actually get your physical card. When it comes to ATM withdrawals, you can make up to 2 withdrawals up to a total of 350 Australian dollars per month. After that, Wise will charge a $1.50 fee for any additional withdrawals, and additionally a 1.7% surcharge for amounts greater than $350. So if you're planning to make multiple ATM withdrawals whilst you're traveling overseas, the Wise Travel Money Card probably isn't the best card to do that. However, it is going to give you the best rates possible. The next card on the list is known as Revolut. Now, Revolut and Wise both have very similar features, but with a few slight nuances. Similar to Wise, you can also exchange your money at the mid-market rate with Revolut, meaning you're guaranteed to get the best rates when you're spending money overseas. On the Revolut app, it even shows you the exact rate that you'll be receiving when you transfer your money. So for example, for $1 Australian dollar, this is the exchange rate that you'll be receiving when you transfer or use money with Revolut overseas. And when we search for what the spot rate is for euros on Google, it's pretty much bang on exactly the same. Now, Revolut has 3 different cards or plans to choose from. There's Standard, Premium, and Metal. With the Standard being free, the Premium being $9.99 per month, and the Metal at $24.99 per month. With the Standard card, you only actually get 2,000 Australian dollars that you can exchange at the mid-market rate before additional fees are applied on top. Now, you could upgrade to the Premium plan for $9.99 per month, which allows you to exchange $20,000 per month, which I think is going to be sufficient for most people's travel plans. At the same time, with the Premium plan, you also receive complimentary lounge access if your flight has been delayed by more than 1 hour, and you also receive discounted access to lounges around the world. In terms of ATM withdrawals, Revolut is slightly better than Wise. Each month you can either withdraw a total of 350 Australian dollars or withdraw 5 times in total, whichever one comes first. After that, there is a 2% transaction fee on your total withdrawal amount. However, if you move up to the premium plan, then you can withdraw up to 700 Australian dollars per month with no additional fees. Both the Revolut and Wise travel money cards offer the most competitive rates out of every card that I'm going to be talking about today. However, falls slightly short when it comes to ATM withdrawals. However, this might not be that big of a deal. These days, credit cards are widely accepted and cash is being used less and less. I just came back from Europe a few weeks ago and we pretty much always tapped our cards for every payment that we made. We probably only withdrew twice, if that, just to ensure that we had some cash on us handy if there was ever any transaction that we needed to pay for in cash. If you're interested in signing up to any of these two cards, I'll leave links in the description box down below. The next card on the list is the HSBC Everyday Global Debit Card. If having no limitations on the number of ATM withdrawals is really important to you, then you're going to want to pay attention to this card. This is an excellent card to take with you whilst you travel because not only are there no international transaction fees, there's also no limit on the number of ATM withdrawals that you can make and no limit on the amount you can withdraw as well. On top of that, it's actually just a pretty decent debit card to spend whilst you're in Australia as well, because you get 2% cash back on every transaction that you make that's under $100. However, the exchange rate offered by HSBC is definitely not as competitive when compared to Revolut or Wise. If we look at the euro, for an example, this is the exchange rate that you'd be receiving with HSBC. And then if we compare that to what we saw earlier with Revolut, there's a pretty significant difference by a few percentage points between the two. So far we've talked about travel cards and debit cards. However, some of you might prefer to travel with a credit card. And for good reason. There are a lot of benefits to using credit cards over debit cards whilst you travel, such as complimentary travel insurance, extended warranty, and just the ability to actually dispute charges on your credit card. And that's where the fourth card comes in, and that's the Bendigo Ready credit card. Now, this probably isn't a well-known travel credit card, but once you understand all the benefits, you understand why I'm talking about it. First and foremost, if you're like me, you don't like paying for an annual fee. And luckily, the Bendigo Ready credit card has a $0 annual fee forever. Next, you'll never have to pay for any international transaction fees, which if you compare to other credit cards within your wallet, usually they charge a 3% fee. Now, it might not sound like a lot, but after a while, if you're traveling for a long time, it really does add up. Trust me. And lastly, you'll receive a wide range of complimentary insurances such as international travel insurance, extended warranty insurance, and also purchase protection as well, making this what I believe one of the best credit cards to take with you whilst you travel abroad. Now, I'll also give an honorable mention to Latitude's Global 28-degree Platinum MasterCard as a great alternative credit card to take with you whilst you travel as well. It has a lot of the core features and benefits that you'd want from a travel credit card, except it doesn't come with all the additional complimentary insurances that the Bank West credit card does. And on top of that, they also had the data breach not so long ago, so for those reasons, I'd rather go with the Bendigo Ready credit card. The last card on the list is the Qantas Travel Money Card. This is probably the best option if you want to earn Qantas frequent flyer points whilst you travel overseas. You'll be awarded with 1.5 Qantas frequent flyer points per dollar that you spend, which is actually really good. In comparison, the Amex Qantas Ultimate Card only rewards you with 1.25 Qantas points per dollar spent. On top of this, there's no currency conversion fees or loading fees as long as you pay via BPay. However, that's where the pros of this card ends, because the exchange rate that you'll receive with this card leaves a lot to be desired. This is the exchange rate that you'll be receiving when we're looking at euros, so about the same, if not slightly worse than the HSBC card that we looked at earlier. So with this card, you essentially have to ask yourself whether the lower exchange rate is worth it for those Qantas frequent flyer points that you're going to accumulate whilst you travel. Now, in my opinion, it's always best to carry at least 2 cards with you whilst you travel. I personally always bring a travel card or a credit card, and also a debit card with me as well. This way I can use my debit card to make ATM withdrawals whenever I do need cash, and then I'll use the credit card or the travel card whenever I'm making purchases to ensure I'm getting the best exchange rate possible. This way I have an added layer of protection on all of my purchases and can even easily dispute any fraudulent charges. And that's all I had for you guys in this video. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video or learned something new, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And if you are looking to travel internationally in the future and want to get free travel with credit cards, make sure you check out this video right here.